Bro, I even got rid. I've tried to do this video like 3 or 4 times now, but I just wanted to sum this up and basically say that, like, I think it's very interesting how people will say that something or a person or an event or anything like that, anything external, could fuck up their entire day or their entire mood or their entire night or whatever. I think that's very interesting, because people tend to condition themselves into thinking that that's normal, although normal doesn't exist. It's entirely something that you come up with, entirely something based on your perception. Your perception is your reality. Your reality is what you're feeling, what you're seeing, what you're experiencing, right? Okay, yeah, that's all that is. That's all, and normal fits into that as much as anything else. So, like, I think it's interesting how, and then people will actually live like that. They'll think that not only can your happiness, which in that sort of sense is only there when something within the external world goes the way that you want it to go, but even when, on top of that, we market this idea of needing something to be happy, needing money, needing a car, needing a house, this, that, and the third, like needing something to be happy. Like you gotta do this and you'll be happy. Do that. You can't just be happy. You can't just wake up and be happy. You can't just walk and be happy. Like it's like for many perceptions, many people, it is absolutely unfathomable that they can't just wake up happy. Just can't wake up just grinning ear to ear. Like, that's just impossible for some people. For others, they get upset when another motherfucker's doing it. So, like, you don't need any of that to be happy. Like, actually, that's my whole point, is that that's not a necessity. That's not anything that, like, is an actual requirement. It also isn't a requirement that you need to drop all of your happiness or all of your pleasure, all of your joy, because someone or something happens. Because the real truth is that you create that. The real truth is that whatever is in a situation is something that you find, you create, you feel, and you define. All of that is you. At every step, you are the one who puts the green light on whatever you're feeling, whether you're aware of it or not. And that's just how that is. Like, when people it's very funny to me how, like, some people will call people NPCs, but will probably still get pissed off if someone, like, cuts them off at an intersection or something. Like, like, on that same logic, the two of them, whoever they're calling an NPC and themselves, they're literally no different. And spoiler alert, they're not any different, but still, like, it's just, you don't have to do any of that, though. Like, actually, if you, like, for one thing, people tend to shy away from meditation when, like, it isn't something that you, like, it doesn't have to be organized. It doesn't have to be ritualistic. It can literally, all meditation literally is just you looking at yourself. The same thing you do every day when you wake up in the mirror. That's all meditation is. That's it. You don't even have to close your eyes. You just focus in on your actual self, and then you'll notice that you'll begin to start noticing that the stream of thoughts, it's just that, it's just a stream of thoughts. It's just, and you'll start to realize your actual self, the consciousness within that, because it is, it's just like with everything that I said, people tend that when I hear people knocking on like meditation, like spirituality, I'm always thinking to myself, like, why is it so unreasonable that in an existence that we still hardly know whatever the fuck about, that there couldn't be some underlying force behind it all? I'm not saying anything about religion. I'm just saying, just like in general, just like an underlying force, some sort of consciousness that keeps the shit going, like, is that so unreasonable? So like, and in meditation, in meditation, many people say that you can tap into that consciousness. Now, when you get into it, other revelations will be made, but overall, my main point is that by focusing within yourself, by delving in you and helping to better yourself, you can achieve literally whatever state that you want, like genuinely. You'll come to realize that once you like look within yourself, you have pretty much everything that you actually fucking want. In one way or another, you just couldn't see it, and there will be other, there will be people who hear that and be like, I don't have what the fuck I want. Look who's talking, this and that and this and that, like, and that's one thing. Maybe they're just at a different spot in spiritual growth. Maybe they truly can't. Maybe they truly don't have whatever they want, whatever it is, for one reason or another. But it's more than likely because they haven't done the work within themselves to actually see that whatever it is that they want, they more than likely they already have an avenue for it and could get it whenever they want. Most people know that when they're trying to start on something, they could do whatever it is they're wanting to do, they just choose not to. So how could you say that you actually wanted it? What you're not changing, you're choosing. So, so I just think that it's a very interesting phenomenon how like people will say that, that their entire disposition has been fucked up. Their entire place in the day has been fucked up because someone did it. But like, no, because someone who is conscious of what is within themselves isn't going to be pissed off by anything at all. Like someone who's conscious within themselves and is actually, connected with what is within them, they're not getting pissed off for shit. The only time they get angry is when they channel that anger purposefully, and they just want to do it for fun, usually for fun, or to get some shit done. And they usually don't, and they don't have to do it to get some shit done. So it's typically for fun. Like, that's the only reason that shit's happening, because they're aware of it. And that can, and anyone can fucking do that. Anyone can do that. It's just that whenever you tell someone, hey, this, that, and that, might be because you're doing, maybe it's because you're looking at this. It's equivalent to this. If you're walking on ground, right, and there's a twig that you can't see, and each time you walk on that path, you're not looking down at that spot, and you keep tripping on the same fucking twig. At what point are you going to look and see that you're stepping on a twig and step over that motherfucker? Like, I don't know. I feel like I'm making sense to people who know what I'm talking about, and I'm just talking out of my ass to people who don't. But that's all.